Hi, Huma. Good morning. Happy Mother's Day, Huma. Hi, Heather. Good morning. Happy Mother's Day. I'm still in my PJs. PJs and tarot. Thank you. I do have some fur babies, but that's it on my end. I know you're a great mom. I know you are. Very lucky to have a mom like you. Let's see, Huma. Will Huma have a good time with husband and in-laws in coming time here? Be very clear. I split the deck, saw the Ten of Cups. That is a good sign. That is blissful relationships coming together. But let's see. Will Huma have a good time with husband and in-laws in coming time here? Very clear. Ace of Cups. Yeah, that's excitement. Two of Wands. I do see that you are in the process of planning to take action. Looks like you've been separated from them for some time. But yeah, I think that's father-in-law there. You might have a nice connection with the father-in-law that makes you really excited. Also husband, Emperor there. But yes, Two of Pentacles, that is about having fun. But yeah, I think you do here. I think you might feel a little burdened, but you do find support with them. You might feel a little separated from their support at times, but I do think you're going to have a good time. I see a nice connection with the father-in-law. You might be closer to the father-in-law. Definitely husband. You're welcome. You might get closer to the father-in-law. Hi, Thomas. Good morning. Oh, yeah. Good morning. PJs and tarot, right? Your mother-in-law. Yeah, it looks like you're having a better connection with the father-in-law and husband. But you are going to be having fun. Well, let's do a little collective then. Might be a little too early. Let's do collective. What messages wish to come through for collective? Hi, Mr. Spacely. Welcome in. Oh my god, I've been seeing that cartoon since I was a child. Telling my age right now. Am I doing anything? I don't really have too many plans. What about you? Did your little one bring you breakfast in bed? We're all ancients, yeah, I'm telling you. I don't feel my age though. Hi, Marita. Good to see you. Good morning. I'm 40. I'm almost twice your age. She's still asleep? Oh. It is, let's see, it is 8:39 a.m. in South Carolina, United States. Lived remembered lifetimes. Ah, see? Kite. Who's coming towards Kite in romantic love? Be very clear. You just turned 38? Oh, you coming up. You sneaking up on me. Turning 40 is not that bad. It's like, I don't even feel my age. Who's coming towards Kite in romantic love? Someone from the past, judgment, but you may not be open to it. 4 Cups. I also feel like you are wanting, it's like you're feeling a pull to move beyond the past as well. So I feel like there's a decision between someone from the past and someone new. I do see options here. You do have someone coming in, Knight of Swords. Could be an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Or that is who you're wanting to cut out here. I do see. Yeah, you're really guarded against the past. It's like you don't want that same toxic devil energy. It's like you've learned from that. Wheel of Fortune, it's about learning lessons. And you're like, yeah, no. I'm excited about new. But you're kind of in your head, even though you're like Empress. So it's almost like it's almost like there's a fear like no one's going to come towards you in love. It's almost like the Empress, she doesn't chase, but then it's like you feel confined by that too, where but I feel like you're not willing to settle as well. So it's not so much who's coming towards you, it's more like what it is that you want. Because you might not be completely open to love, and it's because you're still, I feel like you're still healing. You're like you're in the process of healing. I feel like you have overcome and you've recently healed a major karmic cycle. And now you're in the process of stepping beyond that. like into this new phase where you're open to new options. It's like you don't want to chase, but you also don't want to miss an opportunity. You're using your discernment here. But you could have an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius coming towards you. But you may be kind of unsure about that person. Marita, what's coming up for Marita in general here? Happy Mother's Day. Yeah, it can happen. Yeah, definitely, because we're all collective. That's why collective readings resonate. But yeah, you can totally get messages from another person's reading. Absolutely. Marita, let's come up for Marita in general, please. Being prepared for anything. Has to do with your material world. Yeah. Do you feel like you've been in your head about past situation? But I feel like you got your priorities in order. This can be in your career or I feel like you have overcome or you will be overcoming a negative cycle where you're banging your head against the same wall. And this can be like emotional as well, like reliving the past situations that do not serve, like from childhood, things like that, who you were. I feel like you're stepping more into who you're becoming. This is also about creation. And I do feel like when it comes to your communication, you're going to be communicating from a more grounded, practical space. Like you may have had a lot of anxiety about getting your priorities in order or just in your speech and your voice communicating. I see you're coming from a more grounded, stable place, which is really, really nice. I do see Emperor, that can be work here. I do see that you are planning. And you may be kind of putting off on to the back burner what it is that you truly want in regards to career or what you feel like is truly in alignment with you because of the need for finances at the moment. But I do feel like whatever that is still stable. It's still there. But I do feel like in the meantime, you are planting seeds when it comes to figuring out how to get what it is that you want. So I see you getting your priorities in order, you're utilizing your resources. And you have a lot of past achievements under your belt that can be very useful to you in terms of building your confidence. But I see you're making a decision to push forward. I feel like that's improving. which is interesting, especially if you've been watching me, like, with the healings, because I've been utilized, like, working on the throat chakra a lot, so I feel like that's actually helping you a lot. I feel like you've been here when I was doing those, so I feel like that's improving. So that's good. Roman English Gypsy. Oh man, I gotta read for Charlie. What do you want, Charlie? What reading? What's your question, Charlie? A Roman English Gypsy. Come on. Serious? I'm a Scott Irish Cherokee mutt. English, Scott Irish English Cherokee mutt. I don't have a lot. My great grandmother's full blood Cherokee, but I like throwing that in there. Will Charlie get out okay? Be very clear. Yeah, I do see your finances improving. I do see you connecting with partnerships that can assist you. You could be interested in love, building from a friendship, but also see you're interested in following your heart as well. Being very creative with the past. You're a very creative person. I do see that you have finances to invest. Very spiritual. You're going to be connecting deeper with your intuition, and I feel like that's where you're going to find your answers. Because you're going to be looking at things in a new light, a new perspective. Kind of surrendering to the journey thus far. And when you do that, and you rely on your past successes, that's going to boost that confidence. And you're going to be able to see things in a new light and translate those experiences into wisdom. And it's going to heighten your intuition. And you're also going to become aware intuitively of something from the past that's playing out in the present that's really going to assist you with moving forward towards your goals. Hi, Dorella. Hi, Em. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Mother's Day, everyone. Good morning, Vito. Happy Mother's Day. Em. You're welcome, Charlie. Thank you, Em. Good morning, Nikki. Nikhil. What are the current feelings of Fahad towards Em? Very happy, son. Feels very successful. Look at this. A lot of positivity, a lot of success, a lot of passion. I feel like they're seeing things in a new light. They could be waiting for you to acknowledge them. It's like they're trying to stand out and get your attention. I do feel like this person doesn't want to lose you. There is some fear, anxieties about loss here. But I do feel like they're healing that and they feel victory with that. No contact. I do see the King and Queen of Wands here. I still see attraction. And I do see like he's thinking about some form of communication that you sent him, I feel, because the Eight of Wands is like him receiving communication. He's also trying to, he feels these arrows of desire towards you, and he can't help that. But he is like trying to remain very positive here. He's trying to get your attention somehow. Yeah, Six of Wands. He's trying to get your attention. And he's trying to stay positive here. Thoughts, Four Cups. He still feels pessimistic, but he's trying to move forward, to find solution. And move towards a new beginning. But he's in his head because it's like he doesn't want to lose you. There's fear about that, but he's trying to heal here. You did, Thomas? Okay, Gito. You're welcome very much. Siasi, Gito. Did you donate on Cashapp, Thomas? Let me check. Okay, I got you, Thomas. Okay, you'll get a good reading. Oh, 10 people in here. You definitely get a good reading here. Hold on one second. I'm gonna get some these really cool oracle cards that I have as well to use, and I'll be right back. Actually, I'm gonna get my little like box of cards, so I'll be right back. Okay. Mathematics examinations in December. Okay, cool. Actually, I'm gonna get this really cool oracle deck. It's the Tao, and it's based on the I Ching. I Ching's been around for like, what is it, like 5,000-6,000 years? So it's doing something right? And then I will send you, if you like, some energy healing for your third eye and your root and your solar plexus, just to help with your studies, if you like. And I'll be right back. Yeah. So I pulled you one of these also. And this is just an exercise that you can do. And I do have some personal advice that can actually help, that helped me when it comes to studying. Good morning, Kiwana. And that is like when you're studying, like try to relate the information to something like personal in your own life. Like apply it to something personal in your own life, and that will kind of help it stick somehow more if you can get it deep into the bones in that way. Does that make sense? Okay, Thomas, so you have this one, and it's Bring the Mind Back, and it says, The ACC, which is an area of the brain, plays a large role in meditation because it's the area of the brain that tells you when your mind has wandered and helps redirect focus back to the task at hand. And that's so cool because you were just talking about how your mind kind of wanders. It says to practice this technique, set an alarm on your phone to go off every minute. Next, bring your attention to your breath. Keep focusing here. When the alarm goes off, notice whether your mind has wandered. If so, bring your focus back to the breath. Repeat these steps each time the alarm rings. Practice for 3 to 4 minutes to strengthen your ACC. You don't have to set an alarm, but meditation, so it is about just kind of like, and I like using there's a mudra, Dahani mudra, where you put your left palm up, you place your right hand on top of your palm, your left palm, and you touch the tips of your thumbs together. And mudras actually activate the subconscious mind. And this will help cleanse like impurities as you sit and meditate. This is the Dhyana mudra. And you can just rest your hands in your lap like that. Just focus on your breath, like feel how the breath feels going in the lungs, in the nose. Feel that oxygen, just fill your entire being with life. And then focus as you feel it leave the body. That help cleanse the mind and focus. I'm going to pull you one of these Tao oracles. These are great. So how else can Thomas focus when it comes to his studies? It's mathematics, yeah. So mathematics, let's see. How can you apply mathematics to your life? Everything's math. I think just activating the subconscious mind, that Dahani mudra, will help a lot. But let's see, how can Thomas focus more to help his studies in regards to mathematics? Yeah, I love that mudra. It really does help cleanse impurities. I love that mudra. Because like when I first did it, I could feel like my crown chakra tingling because it was releasing all of that anxiety and stuff like that. Okay, let's see. How can Thomas focus more when it comes to his mathematical studies? Any assistance or advice, insight for Thomas? Revolution. And the well, that's like getting things deep into the bone. Contemplation. Yeah, that's like really thinking about it, contemplating it. I know math, like it could be because it's interesting because when we're in school, they're like, okay, just memorize 5 times 5 or whatever. But they don't tell you why it works or what it means. And I feel like getting a deeper understanding of that will really help. Careful preparation and resourcefulness. And it's also like seeing the web of life. You see the web here? How everything's connected like this. There can be little shortcuts that you can learn that kind of help. Like, I like math. Like a shortcut would be like, you could say like 10 plus 10 is 20, but then you could say like 10 plus 9 is 19 because 9 is less than 10. I don't know if that might be confusing. That sounds confusing, but or like 7 plus 7 is 14, so that means like 7 plus 6 is 13. Just I don't know. That's the best example I could give. We have 49 revolution. Let's see what comes through here. Yeah, you've been walking in shoes too small for your feet. I feel like you need more of a challenge, which is interesting. I think Albert Einstein was like that. He failed math because it was too easy. And like they don't really tell you like why you're doing it or why this is, you know? I feel like it's just kind of like deeply contemplating the math and like incorporating universal consciousness into it. Because Albert Einstein used his imagination a lot. Yeah, there needs to be a change of the mind here. This is like Phoenix, the Phoenix rising from the mind. So it's about simplifying, finding those little shortcuts also. Yeah, and it's like you're bound to stuff you've outgrown. So it's like expanding your consciousness awareness of mathematics. And also not attaching your identity or your worth to passing or failing. Because that's like kind of affecting your psychological state and causing anxiety. And when there's anxiety, you can't think clearly because you're ruminating, you're using all that mental energy that you could be using for better use on worry and anxiety. And oh, if I fell, that means I fell as a person, but that's not true. Like my self-worth and my identity is attached to me passing or failing. And that is not the case. That's not true at all. And if you can release that, it can release the anxiety and the oppression that you're feeling. If you just kind of like let that melt off of you, your mind will start to open. Because then what once like a breakdown will start to look like a breakthrough. So create as much space in the mind as you can. And let's look at the changing lines here. Yeah, adjust to this new perspective. Oh, definitely. I'm definitely going to work on the crown and the third eye. Because that's where anxiety and self-perception and all that is. But we need to work on the root too to get you grounded. So it's like staying flexible and working with the situation. Because whatever is happening now will shed light on inner strengths that may have been previously dormant or undeveloped. So you're actually really, really good at math. You're just trying to go about it an old way that's not working. You're walking into shoes too small for your feet. You need to open up the mind, and by releasing like this identifying with passing or failing as a part of your identity and just being able to release that meditation is going to help you clear your mind and focus. You're actually really, really good at math. You just got to go about it a different way. All right, Thomas. Let's do your energy healing here. All right. If you want, Thomas, while I'm doing this, you can form the Dahani Mudra and rest it in your lap like that. And as I'm cleansing your energy, it's going to help really like just bust it out. And first, I'm going to play like Tibetan finger symbols while you're forming the Dahani Mudra. And deep breath in, and then on the exhale, let the sound, if you can hear like the sound, you hear it gets like further away. Let the sound carry all that heavy energy away with it. The anxiety, the heavy energy, the fear, let the sound carry it away with it on the exhale. And I'm going to work down your chakra starting at the crown, and then I'm going to cleanse you with like smoke and really help there. Are you ready? Okay, here we go. This works brilliantly. I love it. Okay, here we go. Starting with the crown. Inhale. Exhale. Third eye. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now for the last ones, I'm going to move it down the chakra system here. Ready? Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. All right. Now I'm going to use this jasmine peppermint water that I made. And I'm going to be utilizing the smoke from the incense as well that's coming up behind you. Just to cleanse that heavy energy, anything that's still lingering. Just going to give you a nice little cleanse. Okay, for Thomas. Your energy cleans up very nice, Thomas. Here's amethyst. We're going to use this on your crown and your third eye too. All right, and I'm going to send some positive energy, some Reiki, and I'm going to ask Star Sisters and Brothers as well to assist me with powerful healing light for Thomas. I'm going to do some brain balancing. We're going to see if we can bring your left side and right side into balance, the hemispheres. Let's see, Thomas. You're going to release that oppression. All right, so for Thomas, remove any and all toxic energetic cords that are pulling on Thomas's energy and draining his energy. Heal any wounds. Remove the oppression. and remove any blocks. All right, we're going to do one more little smoke cleanse, Thomas, and then you're going to be good. I'm going to ask for your feedback just to see how you're doing, how that felt. Just kind of tilt your head back, Thomas, when I get the throat chakra there. That's about the subconscious as well. Just kind of tilt your head back to open up the throat. There you go. All right, Thomas, how are you feeling? You can utilize those techniques anytime to help bring you back into focus, open up the mind. Sweet. I love that mudra. It is so cool. I love that mudra. Yeah, myself feels sweet. It's coming more into balance. You should be able to make those connections much better. Or you will. May you. May you pass your exams flying colors. And expand your conscious awareness. That's the main goal. To expand the conscious awareness. Okay, Gito, are you still here? Or Kiwana? Yeah, you can post Kiwana. Hi, Gito. Oh, there you are, Gito. Okay, what's your question, Gito? Let me get Gito first, Kiwana. Then I'll get you. General messages from Spirit. Let's do the Tao Oracle. I feel like this oracle is right up your alley too, Gito. First, we're going to pull an angel number for you, Gito. And then we're going to look at the Tau Oracle. Yes, Kiwana. Yeah, I do. I have been attuned to Reiki as well. So for Gito, do you want me to send you the Chuku Ray? Gito? And the Dakamio? I think that's how you say it. Probably mispronouncing it. It's been a while since I said it. The Reiki symbols. All right, let's get an angel number for Gito. (0220). Act on your idea. It says good fortune is on your side, and with wise judgment you can achieve your goals. Now is a perfect time to reach new heights. Recognize this pattern and act on your potential. Your plans are about to flourish. You're on the brink of a spectacular ascent. Embrace the opportunities ahead. That number is 0220. Practical goals, ambition, discipline, progress, growth. Bottom of the deck, you have 2323, endless cycles. It's about charisma and communication. It says you may find yourself repeatedly resisting certain truths, leading to feelings of exhaustion and limitation. Yeah, so it's not the change that is the exhaustion, is fighting against the change. It's time to decide to live authentically for yourself, embracing your passion. By making this change, the world around you will begin to follow suit, breaking the cycle and fostering transformation. I don't know if you guys are commenting. Hold on, let me hop off and hop back on. Sometimes it helps. 1 second. Wait, now you guys can't see me. Hold on, let me try again. There we go. Okay, sweet. All right. I still don't see any comments, so I guess you guys aren't commenting. But let's do Gito. Messages from Spirit from Gito. Further messages. Messages from Spirit for Gito. The creative. Again, there's something. It's talking about you acting on something, acting on an idea here. Looks like you've been practicing a lot of self-discipline. Looks like he's meditating there, sitting with the lotus. No mud, no lotus, as they say. I feel like you have an idea about how to lessen the burden and stress in your life. And you are being guided to act on that. Let's see, Gito. This says, when you've had so much fun the night before, then you wake up in the morning with a headache, you can either blame it on your party animal pals or learn something about yourself from the experience. And that doesn't necessarily mean that's what you did, but it's like learning from your experiences. Like if you work too hard, if you overburdened yourself, that type of thing. Says if you make the right choice in dealing with any hangover you you might be feeling now, you will decrease your chances of repeating the same headache twice. And I feel like you have an idea about that. Then 4, it says the natural limitations that promote growth can only benefit you if you incorporate them into your everyday life. Take note of any nagging complaints that might be whispering in your ear. Acknowledge them and carry on. Don't try to push them away. That will only make them nag you more. This is the time to turn a deaf ear. So that's like tuning in, ignoring inner critic, ignoring like complaining about a situation, focusing on solution, not the problem. And it says, don't forget that even limitations must be limited. You might have noticed that people who torture their bodies in the name of spiritual self-discipline end up looking not very spiritual at all, but just emaciated and in pain. Or that people who have chosen a diet that forbids them to eat anything they enjoy end up constantly preoccupied with food. There's a fine line between setting limits and imposing deprivation. Don't fall into the trap of mistaking one for the other. Let's look at this here. I'm just going to read this whole thing to you, Gito, if you want. This is a limitation. And it says, because this might spark something. Yeah, a lot of my readings are like predictive. It says, nature imposes limits on all things, causing energy to build up from within. In fact, without limitations, it is impossible to maximize our potential. When we understand, accept, and apply limitations, it can be very effective in bringing about a transformation. Water unchecked has a tendency to spread and lose itself into the ground. When it is restrained by a dam, it becomes a tremendous source of energy. For humans, limitations can often be experienced as frustrating. But without the limits imposed on us by life, by our teachers, or by certain disciplines and practices, we would never grow. Limitations can be immensely productive and strengthening if you can work with them rather than fight against them. A harness can feel like a restraint or a support. It depends on you. It will be helpful at this time to remember that practice makes perfect. And even if we accept that attaining perfection is an impossibility, most of us still strive toward it. It is through the process of striving that you will mature, not by actually attaining the object of your striving. And when discipline is willingly taken on, self-imposed rather than endured because of external pressure or coercion, it will nourish your growth and deepen your maturity. And you did get here. Now is the perfect time to reach new heights. Recognize this pattern, act on your potential. Your plans are about to flourish. You're on the brink of a spectacular ascent. It says it is also useful to remember that becoming really good at anything requires practice and repeated effort. Developing a finely honed technique or a finely tuned awareness and sensitivity can take many years of discipline. Once the technique is mastered, it must in turn eventually be transcended if the growth and change is to continue. So this could be about an idea about how you can expand and transcend from where you currently are, something that you've already mastered. Gathering knowledge and building expertise are at one stage goals. At another stage, the same knowledge and expertise becomes limitations. And along the way, a good deal of knowledge will be forgotten, but what remains will be well and truly your own. There are meditation practices that require simply sitting, relaxed, and observing the breath for hours on a daily basis. It sounds so mindless, a no-brainer, which is precisely the goal such techniques are intended to achieve. However, attaining a state of serenity and equipoise, in spite of the mosquito on the nose, or in the mind for that matter, can take years, even lifetimes of discipline. And once it is attained, then what? There must begin a new set of challenges for growth to continue. And these challenges are often those that bring the meditator back from the extraordinary refinement of retreat into the ordinary world of daily life. Just as testing your own serenity in the chaos of the marketplace exposes the depth of your self-discipline, so does the manner in which you respond to the limitations that arise and the natural cycles of the Tao. Few things are more indicative of understanding, or more revealing of what has been deeply assimilated and absorbed into your being in more relaxed and expansive times. Does that make sense? Yeah, I feel like you're reinventing yourself. You're expanding and growing, you're reinventing yourself. It's also saying to enjoy your hobbies as well, because I pulled you divine direction. Let's pull one more divine direction for Gita. Yeah, meditation. Spend time alone meditating upon what truly makes you happy. Empower yourself, empowering manifestation, healing. That's what it's about. This has prepared you for the role of a healer. Don't doubt your power, they're saying. There's the lotus again. Very spiritual. You can, Kiwana. You can. Sure. Five. Five, Nikhil. No problem. Okay, let's see. So What are boyfriend Simon's feelings for Kiwana right now here? Feels a little stuck. 8 of Swords. But he is planning. He's trying to figure out. There's a bit of a power struggle here within him. But he's trying to figure out how he can get his priorities in order so that he can go move towards you. He feels like you have a lot of value. And he feels very lucky to have you in his life. He feels like rich, King of Pentacles. Soulmate. Things are growing. And he feels very drawn and pulled to you, Judgment. And he's trying to figure out how he can show more kindness and compassion, how he can connect with you more, create a more comfortable place. Yeah. What is Simon's overall feelings for Kiwana? Strong bond, lovers. He feels like you two can overcome obstacles. He feels like it's worth the effort. It's worth the effort to try to bring things into balance with you. Yeah, you are the path of his heart. He doesn't want the drama, he doesn't want the fight. He wants to hold on to you. And he feels like you two can overcome the odds here. Yeah, he said it's worth working. What are his thoughts when it comes to Kiwana? Yeah, that it's worth fighting for. It's worth fighting for you. He wants things to progress. And he's trying to think how he can come towards you. Because you are the one who holds his heart. Queen of Cups. And there's the Hermit again. You make him very happy. And he thinks it's worth the fight. It's worth the effort to try and remove these blocks between us. To make progress. She is the one that holds my heart. She is worth fighting for. The Warrior. Chariot. Yeah. Queen of Wands is worth fighting for here. He's thinking about how he can push the relationship forward. Aw, that's so sweet. Yeah, and he tries to think about ways that can make you happy. That's so sweet. Hold on one second, guys. I'm going to make some tea, and I'll be right back. I'm gonna make some vegetable soup. Okay, Nahil, let's see. Where did you... Okay, I see you. Okay, Nahil, what's your question? Hi. Good morning. Happy Mother's Day. Hi, OG. What's going on? Good morning. Let's do a quick cleanse. You're welcome, Kiwana. I have fur babies. I have cats. That are spoiled. In relationship till day, I'm 20 years old. Can I know anytime soon or no? Okay, let's see. Nahil. What can you show me about Nahil here? When will Nahil be in a romantic relationship? Someone that... So if you've been waiting this long, then I would wait until there's that one that you just know that you know that you know that this is the one. Because it would suck to wait that long and then be with someone that you don't even really like. You may have spent this time just to work on yourself and to get really comfortable with being alone. You kind of have an advantage there. Because a lot of people feel like, oh, I need a relationship to be happy. You, on the other hand, understand that you do not. You've already been able to find happiness outside of a relationship. So it's about seeing like the positives and the benefits in your situation. Because you know you don't need someone to make you happy. You could be being prepared for a very significant connection. Is that true? Be very clear, yes or no. 9 of Pentacles, yes. And it's like you've had like an awakening here. Live in a different country now. I really need someone to care. Yeah. You could be a little overprotective, but I feel like you're getting ready to open up your heart here. 9 of Pentacles. You have someone coming that's very genuine. Knight of Pentacles. This is someone who's slow, but when they get there, it's worth it. This is worth the wait. This is going to be like a ride or die. This is someone that's always going to be with you. And I feel like you are on the lookout for them. They could be an earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Not necessarily. Let's see. When will Nikhil get into a romantic relationship, please? Saw the 8 of Pentacles. It's very interesting. Let's see. When will Nikhil get into a romantic relationship? Ace of Cups. That's new love, new direction. I do see like when you open your heart to love, you do have a significant connection. There's the Eight of Pentacles again. I do feel like this person is like kind of waiting on you to make yourself known. So this is about standing out. And it's like when you put yourself out there, people are going to be charging towards you here. You have someone here willing to put in the work. Death. That's opening the heart. That's Scorpio. When you focus on your soul's delight, when you focus on things that make you happy. So you're going to meet this person probably through connecting with what truly makes you happy. Queen of Cups, strong Scorpio energy. Queen of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles. And it's also like putting yourself out there, communicating what it is that you want, letting people know that you're looking. And when you open your heart to it, Queen of Cups, honoring your emotion, focusing on self-love. Queen of Cups, she values her emotion and her love more than anything. And taking the wisdom that you've gained from spending this time focusing on self-love, knowing that you don't need connection to make you happy, embracing that wisdom and embracing like the practical aspects, Two of Pentacles, and being able to balance these two aspects, honoring your love, honoring your emotion, honoring your heart and who you choose to give it to. She holds this treasure, this chalice, that's her heart. It is her most valued possession. She doesn't give it to just anyone. So it's about honoring that, as well as honoring the desire for relationship. Queen of Pentacles is his girlfriend, wife. And being able to find a right balance between those two, where you're willing to open yourself up to love, but you still value your heart and your emotion and your body and your being. So it's like not settling. And let's get you an angel number, Nikhil. Get an angel number for Nikhil. Just not being like overly protective, but opening your heart to the idea, but protecting your heart as your most valued treasure. Letting people earn your trust and not settling. You have 2002, the void. This says you have more control of your life than you realize. Pursue your interest and take action to transform your circumstances. Things will improve with time. You'll have plenty of opportunities to make new friends. So relax, have fun, and open up. Step outside and embrace the world around you. Hope that helps, Nikhil. Did you donate again, Kiwana? Yeah, but put yourself out there too. It's saying like put yourself out there. Because there's someone there significant that's been waiting on you, whether you know them or not, energetically. They just have to know that you're there. Okay, Kiwana, what's your question? Yeah, we can close free readings. I'm gonna be hopping off soon and making some lunch. I'm gonna make a smoothie. That sounds good. What's your question, Kiwana? Let's see. Is Simon still in his head worrying about Kiwana in the field here? About her leaving him? Is he still worried about that? Be very clear, yes or no. No, I feel like he knows that your intentions are good. And I feel like he's defending his belief that you are the one for him. And be careful of pregnancy here. Empress, Ace of Wands, if you don't want pregnancy. Bye, Nikhil. If you don't want pregnancy, be very careful. Yeah, be very careful there. But he knows that you're the one for him. And there's love there and the soulmate connection. So I don't feel like he's so much worried anymore because of the strong bond that you two share. And he knows that you have good intentions and that you would communicate. Yeah, he was at one point, but with the Ten of Cups, that's transforming because he is defending his belief that you are his empress. And yeah, just be very careful about pregnancy, okay? If that's not something that you want. This is definitely like pregnancy, the wand, the empress. But yeah, no, he knows you're committed and loyal. And he knows that he's your man there. And that you two are willing to fight for the connection. Yeah, to fight for him, to fight for connection. That your feelings are genuine and his are too. And there's the Hermit again. Why does this Hermit keep coming out? Will you clarify the Hermit energy? It's like he feels you within him or something. Clarify the Hermit energy. When it comes to Simon, why does this card always come out? Three of Wands, because he can feel you within him. He feels like it's destiny. And it's also him going within, recognizing, almost feeling like you two were guided together. Or there's this like that spiritual component where it's like fated, like you two were guided together. This is also him like going within, exploring his emotions, deepening the connection to you within himself. Right, right. And he's like trusting himself. Hi, Space Cowboy. So free questions are closed. What's your question, Heather? And then we'll hop off and make some lunch because I'm starting to get ravenous. Is it lunch or brunch? It'll be brunch. Simo? Okay, what are the Libras? How does the Libra view Heather currently? Ten of Wands, like you're in control, Emperor. Like you're making a decision to push forward there. Yeah, it's like you are moving past challenging, difficult situations. Someone's told me if your guys' schedules are different, then it's not meant to be. That you're working through things. Yeah, and that you do have love and you were remaining balanced, but then you're like, you know what? I'm speaking my truth here. So he still sees you that way. Like, hey, I'm going to start over. I want a brand new beginning. What are the Libra's feelings for Heather? Six of Pentacles. He wants to give to the situation. Yeah, he's trying to figure out how he can work through this tower, to use his discernment to bring closure and success so he can improve situation. Yeah, he wants to put in the work here to move things forward towards more happiness and teamwork, to overcome the drama and find solution. He feels happy. He feels optimistic that you two can work through this and overcome this bump in the road. What are his overall feelings for Heather? This would, the overall would be like what he mostly, what that foundation that he feels usually. So what is the Libra's overall feelings for Heather? A strong bond. Strong bond. Yeah, there you are. Like he sees you, you're gorgeous, and he's like, I don't know if we can have a commitment, and that sucks because we have such a strong bond. Queen of Wands, yeah, very attracted to you. He feels like a lot of warm feelings when it comes to you. He feels drawn to you. But he doesn't know how to make it work. He feels like he's just stuck between a rock and a hard place. Even though he feels this strong bond to you, he doesn't know how. I'll be back on, Kiwana. I'll be back on later on. If you want, you can donate, like, and then I can do like I can send you like a message. Like instead of it being audio, I can just type it out for you if you want to do it that way. Right, Heather? You're going to be like, what's going on now? Like, okay, Kiwani, we'll do that. Yeah, after lunch. So, like, I'm getting ravenous over here. But I will see you guys later. I'll see you guys soon. Thank you. And I'll be back on later. Bye. Bye, guys.